Greetings, Iain from RTO here. Welcome to a new album review, and we've got an album by a band that haven't been making music since 2015, and that's Blur, of course. Formed in 1988 by Damon Albarn, Graham Coxon, cheesemaker extraordinaire Alex James, and Dave Rowntree. They incorporated the sounds of what was the Mad Chester and shoegaze. You know, they're influenced by groups like the Kinks and the Beatles and XTC. Had that rivalry with Oasis in 1995 and dubbed the Battle of Britpop. So, this album, The Ballad of Darren, is their 9th album and their first since the Magic Whip in 2015, and apparently it's the band's shortest album at a runtime of under 50 minutes. So we've got Damon Albarn on lead vocals, keyboards and guitars, Graham Coxon on guitars and backing vocals and lead vocals, Alex James on the bass, and on the drums, ever present, is Mr. Dave Rowntree. So the first song is called The Ballad. This is really nice. Now, Damon's voice has changed over the years, so he's got this real flat, sort of eerie voice now. It's a really nice tune, some nice backing vocals on this, and it just stands out. It's a pretty good track. Next up is St. Charles Square. Typical sort of Blur sound, but it's got a more of a mature sound as well. Unfortunately, I think Damon's voice is a little bit too flat on this. I don't know what happened, but it just doesn't sound as good as the ballad. Then we get Barbaric, a real catchy tune. It's got that real Britpop feel about it. Very quirky, and a really good vocal from Damon on that one. I do like that. Then we get Russian Strings, really good track, very melodic. Their sort of sound, you can tell it's Blur, but it's a more grown-up Blur, if you can understand what I'm saying. I really like that track, one of my favourites off the album. Then we get the Everglades, and in brackets for Leonard. The acoustic guitar on this is really good. The vocal, there were some notes that Damon just couldn't hit. Did it work on this? It's okay. I'll give it that. It's okay. It's growing on me. Then we get the Narcissist. I really like that track. Now, what I like about this is Graham's guitar playing. Very strong still. You can tell it's Graham playing on it. Yes, it's just a really strong track. Then we have Goodbye Albert. Now, this is my favourite track on this album already. It's got that weird sort of a guitar effect that Graham could do. A quirky little riff, but I think this is also the best vocal from Damon on here. Very, very good track. Then we get Far Away Island. It's a very nice, gentle track. I love the vocal performance on this from Damon. Some lovely harmonies as well. Really good track. Then we get Avalon. Love the guitars on this from Graham. Alex James's bass is pretty funky as well. Typical sort of Blur track. You know, they're still got that distinctive sound. Then we get The Heights. It's okay. This one still hasn't really grown on me, but the more I listen to it, the more I like it. The Rabbi, another quirky guitar track from Graham. Damon's voice, really deeper, but it actually works on this. I think when your voice changes, obviously as you get older, and I think this one they've got it just right. They've got the guitar sound right, and the production, it's really good. And the last track on this one is called The Swan. I must admit though, I do find this a little bit drab. I think it's a bit of a filler track for me. It just needs a little bit more grit in it. But on the positive side, the vocal from Damon is pretty good. His vocal, if it wasn't for his vocal, I think it'd be even more drab. But his vocal does give it a little bit of life. It's just the rest of the track I need a little bit more behind it. Now, I've been listening to this now for over a week, and it has grown on me since I started listening. I mean, I thought, okay, everyone's saying how good it is, and I thought, is it really that good? Okay, they've certainly matured their sound, and of course Damon's voice has got a little bit more deeper. But it's still a pretty solid album, and it's nice to hear them back. I'll be probably doing a full Blur ranking later on it, either later in the year or early next year, so I'll give it a good listen. But on the whole, you know, it's nice to hear Blur back again, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay, that's all for today. Now I'm off out later, and I'm going to have lunch. I'm going to have lunch with somebody, which I'm looking forward to. So I'll be back tomorrow because I've got a special with my good friend Richard McCook, and we're going to do our top 10 of the opening tracks from some of our favourite albums. So have a good day, everybody, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.